core picks as well. It means a little bit of space for Little Boy, who most likely wants to have either an armlet or a Midas before he starts doing anything. And then over on the opposite side, Bloodseeker really needs to dominate the lane. Otherwise, he starts sucking up a lot of farm in order to stay relevant as well. You want to have a fast BKB on this hero, and he doesn't farm it all that fast.
Abaddon's items spells a bit of doom. You got yourself some triple mangoes going in. That's going to be a lot of fun to deal with. Constantly the Aphotic Shield miscoil spam. Because you don't really want to level Curse of Avernus in the lane he's up against.
That'll get a man killed.
Just let the Gyrocopter do his range farming and keep him alive. And your job has been successfully done. Nice placement of the Sentry Ward, by the way, to make sure the small camp doesn't spawn. So that the Void Spirit can't stack/kill it later on. Not that Void Spirit's necessarily the hero that you think of immediately when farming the side camps, but every little bit helps to try and get your Queen of Pain up on top.
Yep, and with the Scream Max build, she will definitely be shoving out that mid-wave pretty hard.
Surprising 2-for-2 trade. Observer Ward farmed up as well by the Snapfire. Went for level 1 Fluffy Hat at the start. Get that extra HP.
I respect it. Get your Ushankas.
Okay, Bolo looking to snipe some couriers as well. Which, Healing Salve, Sentry Ward, that is the perfect courier to snipe right now. Fortunately,
he's not in position.
No.
Double stun down low. One of the few things that can actually kill off a Faceless Void. If he is under half health, they actually have kill potential on him.
Yeah, that CK stun, always surprisingly, of course, very RNG based, but can be stupidly long. Especially if you get the, later in the game, you add in the shard as well. It's going to be very annoying for an offlane CK who can be, of course, a little bit more greedy in his approach. Bolo looking for the courier snipe, still finds the Shiba.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Even though he did lose his Observer Ward, which means Snapfire got 2 Observer Ward counters going in the first 2 minutes of the game. That's pretty nice for a position 5 Snap.
She rich, and you get a bit of XP from that as well. Feels good. Oh, not the second courier. Bolo sticks around and gets it.
Oh, that is just a ton of value coming out from this Lion, who, of course, has barely any experience so far. Little boy getting bullied back by the Snap.
Okay, especially in this lane, all he needs is that Helm of Iron Will, and all of this ranged harassment won't do very much against him anymore.
Wap is dominating mid pretty heavily at the moment. The Void Spirit is starting to struggle. Of course, first couple of levels for Void Spirit tends to be the roughest. Until you get your spells available, they're gonna get the stun in. Little boy top lane, CK on the run. Big stun from Bolo as well, but Jackie's still got that heal. Not the biggest heal in the process. And yeah, I mean, the lanes have some decent kill potential. Mid, of course, obviously. Top lane, a reasonable amount. Bottom is probably going to be the toughest to really get a kill.
Yep, most likely. Even if you get a Nyx Assassin stun out here onto the Gyrocopter, you'd have to get a Bloodrite as well, and then a bunch of time where the Bloodseeker can actually run him down. And there's of course a lot of armor over on this Gyrocopter as well. Plus the Abaddon over on the side, and then the other way around. I don't think we're going to actually see a kill here.
RL being very aggressive in mid against Mark. Top lane. I mean, it's a lot of harass, a lot of tickle.
A lot of chopping back and forth. And yeah, this mid lane, this is going definitely worse for Mark than I thought. You are in a melee matchup versus the Queen of Pain, of course, but he doesn't seem to have been dodging all that many of the daggers either. Quap's even holding a point here.
Much blood.
And Mark, he just needs to get himself some regen, but definitely having struggles in his lane bottom. Also looking very favorable for 5manmidas. Currently, they're on the edge of a 1k net worth lead within 4 to 5 minutes. Without first blood being secured, that is definitely a big plus.
Nest is a candidate though. One more flak.
Radiant's
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
he's just gonna be fine. Was
What
all
was
just
I
a
even
bait.
worried about?
DK, as you mentioned, has got that Helm of Iron Will. Right now, you need a lot of burst magic damage to take down a CK. And the top lane, I mean, the Snapfire doesn't go for the full magic burst build, so it's not going to be there just yet. However, Snapfire turns around, Bolo dropping low. Bolo's actually going to get taken down by the little Shredder. Little boy on the chase, but his spells are on cooldown. Yep, CK is hard to kill. Lion, not so much.
Void Spirit's hard to kill. And the Snapfire, only a little easier because she's actually a lot tankier than that Lion. So yeah, that was unfortunately a predictable outcome there.
There's a Sonic
Oh,
Wave
Mark.
RL. Mark actually he would have died. He didn't have any spells to disengage. But RL just a little bit too far away from getting that Sonic Wave. Needed a couple more mana points and then he would have been able to solo Mark.
Getting him to run away is a victory in and of itself though. That's some damage on the tower. That's a rotation from Trap Nest that does not come to fruition because there is no level 6 Void Spirit to rotate towards. So Trap Nest is here right on cue, but his mid laner is not home any longer.
Counter would have coming
dewarded.
out. Yep. Spotted, noted, dealt with. Currently, Quap top net worth lies second, and Lil Boy on the CK third top lane. Jack is out of mana. He's gonna chase for Bolo. Lil Boy has no fear whatsoever. Is gonna go in, smack onto Jack. Does not have his his leap just yet, but he's gonna get forced all the way back. Turn their attention on towards the Snapfire. They just don't have the regen though to get Jack back in the lane. You walk up, you die.
Yep. You don't walk up, you get nothing. Good day, sir. The only difficulty here is for Bolo to stay in range without actually being in killing range. They know they can't kill Little Boy. There we go. Oh, the stun misses!
Bit of a whiff between the two. Jack comes charging forward. Snapfire drop in low, but the DP from Quap. Sonic Wave RL says thank you, come again. Gets a quick double kill, walks away. And that's definitely a worthwhile TP. Scoop, scoop.
Feels good, and Team Magnus really forgetting that there is more in this lane, or in this game, than just the lane.
I always got to be careful of these very mobile mid laners. Mark as well could quickly get a catch if you move a little bit too far forward.
He knows that he's most likely going to have to go under tower. The Bloodseeker with the Bloodrite naturally pushes the lane pretty hard. So unlikely for him to find a moment where this gyrocopter is stuck under his bottom tower. Who knows? At the very least, the Snapfire has made the rotation bot. Bolo is here. He looks pretty dead.
Lion on the run. Yeah, there's gonna be the kill for Uy. Uy, 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 uy. But there's still a 2k deficit for them with this Quap just being so far ahead of his direct counterpart on the Void. 1200 gold in an 8-minute game is a lot of gold.
It is pretty insane. She's going to have such a fast SNK. And since the damage of the Void Spirit mostly comes through levels and he needs to go back to base time and again, he's just going to get further and further behind. That's going to spell trouble for his skill thresholds.
Yeah, Jack. I mean, his support's gone currently, so he can't walk in towards the top lane anymore. So Little Boy's got full control, just like on the Broodmother game. He's pretty much got top lane all for himself. Rotation coming through. They're hunting for Lies, but Lies, she's walking back, building up the Chrysalis build, and will be able to dodge out of range of these hunters from the Team Magnus lineup. Immediately, 5manmidas pushing for that tier 1 tower towards mid. Rai making sure Curse of Furnace will be used for the extra pushing power.
4 heroes coming in.
Abaddon jumped. Abaddon taken care of. RL does have Ace Rune, so should be able to easily walk away. But yeah, a 4-man rotation to get the catch. Top lane is completely empty. They did give bottom lane towards the Void, which of course, 9 minutes in, that's pretty much the timing when you should.
It's a lot of damage, and RL still has the remnants of that haste rune.
Olaf. No. Not again. Stun lock taken care of, but Jack gets countered by RRL bottom lane. Solo kill.
Just a level 6 Faceless Void. He is really not all that tanky.
Jump towards mid, another catch, another kill onto the Abaddon. The supports of 5manmidas are starting to give their lives over towards Team Magnus. Actually, the only ones that have died currently on 5manmidas are the supports, both 3 times.
Once again, but now Little Boy is taking the top tower, so he can rotate into mid, and he is way too bulky to dive like that. He's actually smoked up right now. Oh, if they get Jack again, that's going to be absolute disaster for this Void Spirit, who has literally nothing but his treads and a magic wand. He's so
Got
poor.
a Morbid Mass coming in, but that's not going to keep him alive if the CK gets a stun. Hex coming out, stun lock is easily there, finger as well. That's going to be the first charge added, but his TP is going to be on cooldown the moment he respawns. CK charging for more, going for the Snapfire, can he get control? Reality Rift, smack, smack, smack. It's Little Boy getting another kill added on top, walks back. And 5manmidas looking to probably take this series 2-0 with the way they're playing right now. These cores are just fat.
They are, yes. And if you're this far ahead, it doesn't matter that your enemy or that your lineup wants some items before getting active first, because right now you're out leveling your enemies so hard. There's really only the Void Spirit in the top and then the Bloodseeker coming to play catch up, but it's so easy to play if you're 5manmidas right now. Full Kaya, up on this Queen of Pain. They're coming for her with Trap Nest, but that's a really hard kill. Abaddon's right next to her.
Abaddon is still also in a position where he can die because he's not level 6 just yet. But I do want to add in, Rai has again found a counter ward pretty much on the exact same spot. So Team Magnus really want vision in the area, but every single time it just gets scooped up for basically nothing on Rai.
Man has Wardo vision. At the very least, they're finally going to break a tower here on the bottom. It's just going to cost them a lot of HP on their mid.
They might even take the full mid. Mark might go for the jump onto RRL. Silence comes out. It's not dead yet. Rupture comes through. CK doesn't care. Doesn't care. Sonic Wave pushes them all the way back. A lot of damage. Did take a decent amount in return thanks to, of course, the Spike Carapace. The charge comes forward. Gats is out. Rise not level 6 just yet. In comes Lies though. He does a lot of damage on the Gyrocopter with the Chrysalis. Chronosphere. Jack was considering it, but considering his team is already dead, and Lil Boy, the Rupture still hasn't finished him off. He's just walking up with that armlet, toggling. And a very successful turnaround, losing the two most farmed cores on Team Magnus' side.
Very bad news. And they're still here. They would like to do something with the Chronosphere, but...
Kisses of death coming in. Lies, is there enough damage to take down the Gyrocopter? He's dropping low. He does eventually fall, but they find Jack in return. Yes, the Gyrocopter dies, but if you constantly lose all 3 of the cores on the side of Team Magnus, you're not going to have anything to play with.
No, that's still not going to be worth it. At the very least, it's a stay of execution for the mid tower. Team Magnus understanding that if they give away any more space on the map right now, they're just going to get out-farmed. So try as they might, though, they cannot actually get the enemy mid tower down either. Another smoke. They know, man. They know if we fall behind here, if we lose this tower, we're done for. We gotta make something happen.
Little boy is a very solid target if you can burst him down. Rotations are very far. And of course, it's kind of a play you don't expect.
And
Once
a
you're-
rupture.
Faces Void is dead. Rai pops his ulti. He's gonna run away. Photic shield, dodge and weave. Rupture ring and Abaddon is not necessarily the greatest move. And Rai immediately gets the counter ward. Oh, it actually gets denied there. He's gonna get jumped. This time he doesn't have his ulti available. Polo rotates through, gets a stun in, is gonna get silenced. Quap with the haste rune nearby. However, they don't really want to fight without the CK.
I just don't think that Team Magnus has enough damage to actually take this mid tower down here. It's so hard. I want it so badly.
Tower push is not the dire lineup's forte. It is a max level little shredder though on the Snapfire, which honestly I don't see too often anymore. Oh, run away, Snapfire. Quick counter ward coming in. I got my value before I fell.
She definitely did, though. That is 2 D wards as well. These supports are working overtime and then immediately dying for it all series long.
It's a tough game. I mean, that's pretty much the case when you have to deal with spirits in your games and quaps and all those mobile monsters. RL gonna get stunned. Stun lock, not there because of course Rai is there to save the Abaddon. Coming in clutch.
RL saying both steps are down, guys. Get him. That's a dangerous blink, though. Yeah, he decides the better of it.
Rise is almost done with the Ags. Whereas the Void, I mean, getting close to finishing up his mask and plus Maelstrom,
Yeah.
maybe?
Sorry, Bolo just walked over that ward. The sentry had it, and he walked right on over it. And Abaddon's like, hey, buddy. Friend.
Please fix.
Yes.
Oh, Jack, bottom lane. Walks back in time, little boy. Looking for him, but Jack will be hiding. However, rotation coming in from the Snapfire as well. Might consider going for a chrono play here. But if the Snapfire is dead, you're missing a lot of chrono damage. In the meantime, top lane, Bloodseeker's gonna get chased. Stun into stun, but the silence on the line is pretty annoying. Rupture comes through, they TP in return. Mark, the jump is thrown out. Bolo loses his life. And because of that TP, they know Void Spirit can't join bottom. They're immediately looking for the Void. And they catch Jack?
Wow.
What? How did... Okay, that's definitely something that should not have happened. Snapfire gets the TP back to safety, but Jack, that's his 5th death already, Kips. He's died almost half of... he's died actually half of the kills of 5manmidas.
Mm-hmm. Well, his place on the net worth graph certainly looks like it as well. This is not where you want your Faceless Void to be.
And comparatively, on the side of 5manmidas, they've got 11 kills on Team Magnus, and 9 of those were on the supports. Who cares if you lose a Lion or an Abaddon every once in a while?
Yeah.
As long as Quap walks around with 0 deaths. Oh no, Jack! One tap away from dying again. Oh, the CK right now is just soloing these opponents. We coming in. Don't rupture the Abaddon. It doesn't do anything. Okay, good.
He learned his lesson.
I mean, he's top net worth on the Bloodseeker for his team, but he's an offlane Bloodseeker, so he builds like an offlane Bloodseeker. And at that point, you're thinking, maybe we should have swapped roles and put this, you know, Faceless Void offlane. Because Uri is doing a good job, but doesn't have the
He's
items
a
for it.
Force Staff. Like, this is desperation itemization. I want to get more damage. How do I do that? Force staff ruptured people. He has a point, but it doesn't feel good.
Oh, again the jump onto the Abaddon. He doesn't care. Now he's gonna get ruptured. Stop rupturing! It's a fight position Abaddon! Sonic Wave comes out, her Trapness as well, on the run, big damage coming through, a 2-for-1 trade. And they spend just way too much time and effort in killing an Abaddon.
He loves it when you do that. That is like his number one job is to die for other people and soak all of your damage in the process. He is loving death right now.
And he's finding it every single time. Though Jack, walking up the high ground, does have his Chrono. Doesn't actually walk that direction, but using the courier to spot it out. Chrono comes out.
Nice.
And they will have the damage to find at least the one. Queen of Pain on the run. Mortimuscus is on the chase. However, with the little boy peeking his head for half a second, they realize, no, I don't want to fight the CK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Sanjin Kaya really doing its job there. With how little damage his Faceless Void has right now, he just can't get through the Queen of Pain. Okay. And Gyrocopter nearly has his BKB. Lies. He went for the Chrysalis build-up into the Aghanim Scepter, which is actually something you don't see that often right now. You mostly see Dragonlance disassemble into Ags with the use of that Ogre Axe, and then disassemble into the BKB again. But you know what? If you're not bothered in the game all that much, yeah, you can just go Chrysalis Axe, you farm faster, and he's going to have his BKB at a great time as well.
These CK illusions are just mowing him down.
You can't die to this. No. No. No.
No, Jack. Run. Run. He is so lucky he didn't get absolutely blown up there.
Pain. And like, when I say he can't die to this, is I mean, he can always choose to not die to this. But if he just face tanks it...
Oh, Bolo gets the Hex up onto the Snap. Do they get the control? Snap Cookie, disengage. And there's the two supports that are actually pretty annoying to kill in the front line for Team Magnus.
And Bloodseeker, 4 staffs, MVP, man.
Value right there. Dagon next. What?
Damage. Damage, damage, damage. Please,
he can
Lord.
get rid of one of the CK illusions. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it doesn't work. No, these are, what are they called?
And they're strong illusions, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they don't get one shot. Well, they probably still do because they take a bunch of damage. 325%, so they probably still get blown up.
I doubt it's going to be the priority, though. I think what they need the most is just damage into Chronosphere. And a Bloodseeker can't add anything to that unless you buy a Dagon.
It's a weird game.
Wild.
So far. Wild, exactly. That's the preferred term here. Because no idea what these players are going to go for right now, though. Little boy, that's the one that they're going for. And the CK walks up the high ground. He's starting to drop off on the net worth chart compared to where he was previously. And that's, I mean, that's kind of to be expected. It's a CK. He does struggle a little bit in terms of farm. That's why you see a lot of CKs also go for 5manmidas, but with how OP Armlet is these days, you don't see too many Midas CKs no more, or in general CKs, to be fair.
You could still go a late one, but right now this is just expected. You take over as the tempo maker in the mid game, you put yourself in the front line a lot, you don't farm all that much, and you let your other two cores take over. In that regard, not having all the farm is exactly the right thing for him to do.
Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack. Oh, Jack. Don't let go.
Oh, I don't think there's enough space on this door.
Move. Move, guys.
No.
Into the pit they go. BKB available on the gyro. No void means no chrono. Means not really a chance to kill off the gyro. Raptors does have a blink. And They do have vision of the pit. Nice stun coming out. The rupture thrown onto the gyro. Pushes him forward. Ha-ha! Oh. He's got the BKB. Can continue taking down Roche while on the side. Mark's going to get jumped by RRL. It's still continuing. The jumper gets aggressive. Liza's BKB is worn off. Liza's actually dead. That's a big turn of events. Roshan is about to drop. Who gets the Aegis and gets yoinked by Uij. And Oi, he's continuing forward. The Chrono comes out. Rai Abaddon's going to get finished off. The CK is going to be the next target. And Jack all of a sudden turning it around with his team coming forward. The CK, is he going to get taken down? Trying to arm the toggle his way back to victory. Little Boy on the run. Jack's on the chase. Little Boy is actually just too hard to handle. And now Jack uses Mask of Magnus. So he needs to be careful himself. Impale gets whiffed. Little Boy is still not dead. Oi, with the Dagon though. That's where we're coming for. Still has the Aegis on the Bloodseeker. Buyback was forced out onto Rai, and that was a gigantic teamfight victory for Team Magnus.
I can't believe what we're seeing right now. What just happened?
Oi happened.
What happened?
That guy's a beast. That's an absolute solid sub.
Yeah, I mean, he stopped rupturing the Abaddon.
Which is, of course, a big... Look at the damage he dealt as well. 6k damage in that fight.
Yep.
And stole the Aegis.
Like, the lasting damage on the gyrocopter there actually mattering a lot. They could not disengage from that fight, which meant that Jack actually had the chance to respawn and come back in to a situation where he could drop a Chrono instead of to a disengaged 5-man Midas who could pick their own fight once again.
I love this Bloodseeker.
The force stat was still silly though.
Yeah, the rupture into force staff on the gyro was, it looks weird. But in this case, it actually helped. Right, stunned up. Forward time getting popped. RL jumping in. Sonic Wave immediately pops the BKB. Is trying to get the kill onto Trap Nest before his BKB ends. But Trap Nest just pops his Vendetta. He's going to run away. Ui is on the disengage. Homing Missile stuns him up. They're trying to find the kill. RL jumps in. Ui getting slowed down. Aegis is going to get popped on the backline. CK. Where are they fighting? Jack walks in. 25 seconds until his chrono's up. Ui did get taken down. What all things considered so far, looking
right
pretty decent.
Dagon
coming through, but the BKB charge forward from Liza. Catch control. Mark is dead. And you have to be careful because CK now has a blink.
Yeah, Mark did not see that one coming.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I am very impressed by both these offlaners.
Yeah, they're both doing a metric ton of work. And this baller of a Bloodseeker is just like, you know what? What I need is more Dagon levels. That's the only issue here. He's not going to have the mana pool to sustain this. Like, he's got a Sage's Mask just casually in his inventory.
Of course, Blood Rage also does spell amplification, so...
Yep. I mean, it's true.
They're looking to continue the fight, right? He's like, yeah, hit me. Oh, they're hitting Jack right now. Jack dropping low, BKB pops the chrono, gets it onto the gyrocopter. Kiss is coming in. That is going to be Lice taken down. Triple kill secured. RL and Lil Boy on the run right now. No Sonic Wave just yet. BKB getting popped. He's trying to find himself a catch, but they don't have the control to take care of them. And TP's out, coming through from both sides. But that net width advantage is just dwindled quickly, and Lies can't really survive in these fights.
No, he can't. He really needed that Aegis. He will now have to settle for the Satanic, which is, by the way, going to be a huge speed bump for Team Magnus to get over, because once the Satanic is up, the Gyrocopter can just stand his ground in these situations where he gets ruptured and not have to maneuver around the Blood Rite or anything. He can just Satanic, purge off that silence, stand his ground and flag happily away.
That Dagon, though. Well, we do have a quick recap of what was a very lengthy engagement.
Trying to take down that Aegis. He lives for so long. RL has to engage in so deep in order to get him. Mark actually gets a pretty good go at the backline there.
Yeah, but in the end, they spent so much time and effort just popping that Aegis that it really gives enough time eventually for Team Magnus to get in position, because they blew all of their spells in the end. And afterwards, it's just a turnaround coming through from the Faceless Void with that Chrono cleaning up the fight. But these fights are so lengthy between the two teams.
Yep, and that's really not where 5manmidas wants to be. They have a ton of burst damage with the Queen of Pain, with the Lion, that ideally if you focus fire, you should be able to take down at least one, but hopefully two of Team Magnus's heroes right at the get-go. And they haven't really been able to do that, which gives Team Magnus a lot of options in the fights.
Oh, Dagon level 3 is getting close towards his 4 and 5. God, Dagon actually being useful. Who would have thought? Top lane though, Jack, he's gonna get jumped. They can stun lock him pretty solidly. No! The homing missile doesn't connect on time. Jack doesn't have his ulti available though. Needs to be careful. He's dropping low. He's gonna get smacked. Jack, what are you doing? Stop it! Your team just had an advantage and you're like, BKB, jump in! My entire team will be there in the next, 10 seconds. But that's 5 seconds too late.
And now RRL.
Sonic Wave gets reverted a little bit. They find themselves another catch.
They
Blue
could
trying
stun.
to pump out the damage. And they're looking for Trap Nest, but Aeon Disc is very annoying for the time being. Little Boy, however, annoying himself, but they don't have Invis detection on them, so they'll be able to walk away.
Team Magnus honestly lucky to get out there, and Jack up the A doesn't really want to stay around for the top tower either. He's going to.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah,
5-man
that's
minus.
Titanic. Now done. Finished. Trap Nest getting spotted out. He walked into a sentry and blinks. Can they catch him? RL, he's chasing pretty deep. He's gonna get stunned. So
Everybody gets stunned.
Chrono is available. Jack, Chrono's lies, but he pops his BKB. He's got the Satanic. Look at that damage he's taken. Oh my god, the tickles. The tickles, Jack. What are you doing? No way. I don't care. I've got a Satanic. I've got a BKB. I don't care. Is gonna get blown to smithereens. Jack's on the run. Stun gets dodged. He gets himself back thanks to the help of Cookie Granny. And right now, the top set of racks should be easily secured for the side of 5manmidas. Actually, jump in aggressively. Coming out from RL, pops the BKB, Snapfire, trying to stay alive in the process, and will be able to walk back, but they are definitely losing a set of racks.
How is your Chronosphere? It's almost like Jack disconnected from the game mentally a while ago, and now he has to find his way back in, and it's just not happening, man.
Yeah, he's actually really struggling on the Void this game. Like most of it, he can't do enough damage on the Gyrocopter or the CK for that matter. Hell, not even on the Quap alone. So he's really dependent on the Mortimer's Kisses and everything that Ui throws into the Chrono himself. And the downside of that is, of course, that if BKB gets popped, there's no way that you can kill Gyro.
Exactly. If the BKB is out, powerless. And that's the problem, because you're at this point in the game as a Faceless Void, ideally you would already be able to get those solo kills, and instead you're getting blown up.
Oh, they're gonna get the catch onto Bolo, ruptured up, but still healed by Ryan, keeping him alive. Godlike streak for RL. Onto Trap Nest, and somehow the rupture does not find the kill onto Bolo, thanks to solid work coming through. Jack's on the disengage.
The little boy still got him.
Heavy damage, but walks out.
Goodness gracious, the range on that Reality Rift always surprises me.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, but he needs to get that, Octarine Core, Aghanim Scepter.
He's got a heart right now, though. You were talking about how he doesn't die in Chrono. It's not going to happen for the next 10 minutes.
Add in Heaven's Halberd next, why not?
Yeah.
Add more survivability on top of the hero that's walking around with Armlet on 4.4k HP. Yeah, sure, why not?
Solid. And that's going to kick in exactly when the Faceless Void's physical damage is finally starting to ramp up. Once again, he won't get to hit anything if that Heaven's Halberd on Little Boy has any say in it. And finally, an Aegis for Lies, please, this time.
We is a little bit too far away to try and yoink that Aegis. And now you're gonna have to kill off the gyrocopter twice with one chrono and a severe lack of damage.
Shard should go to the CK. Yeah, there we go. Hand it over. We're going to get an illusion on the Chaos Bolt.
And increases the cast range by 300. Ugh.
Ugh is the word. Bolo? Risky positioning.
Jack.
Oh, it works
Bye.
out.
Bye. Oh, Jack, not again. Cookie Granny won't be able to disengage. I think that might just be the GG icing on the cake that Jack just gets one shot.
There was a faceless vote there.
Yeah, he'll, you know, in loving memory of Jack. He got ripped.
We hardly knew him.
Yeah, because he keeps vanishing so quickly. Rupture onto RL. He doesn't want to move. Quap actually has an overwhelming blink. I didn't even realize that. What?
Interesting decisions.
RL is going to get taken down. 10 kill streak taken care of. Little Boy's going for the back line. Finger comes out. And how much more can they get done here on the side of Team Magnus? Mark is trying to disengage. Little Boy's on the chase. Where are you popping up? He's got the blink available. The Hex comes out. The control is there. That should be a finisher. And indeed, they drop the Void Spirit with tier 4s being next. But yeah, it's actually a Quap with an overwhelming blink. The hell?
Not very unusual. You see it on some heroes that want to disable blink daggers from going in, but
That's what a
those
shard
things
does.
are offended. Yeah.
Well, Jack, big damage. Yep, got him close. Almost took down half of the CK Illusion's HP. And now we're surrounded by 50 million enemies. The Illusion's just chasing in towards the fountain. GG getting called, and that is 5manmidas. Honestly, in a very convincing fashion, knocking down Team Magnus.
Yeah, this game is definitely what game 1 should have been in their own opinions, as well as I think in ours.